Greetings and hello. This here is the Ancient Spirit Chalaka. Once again, here before you, talking through the vocal cords exclusively only through groovyev. Many things to talk about 2017, 2018, and the first 3 months of 2019. Many things you need to be aware of. Is Trump the good guy? Is he the bad guy? Is he just playing? Or which? He is the good guy. He comes from a world, he is actually Arcturian, primarily from his ancient past lives. He comes from a family clan, though there's many clans of these manners, who go to different worlds periodically in extreme situations to help out certain races and such to get themselves back on track. His clan he comes from is very dedicated and very, very means you went to little point for point to curve things back to where they're supposed to be, sometimes making some very large steps and seeming a little risque, but lifetimes and lifetimes of experience. But what concerns me more that you should know is the establishment, the Clinton Foundation, the global elite, and the other dark warriors of clans and worshippers of the darkness and the cults and demons and dark spirits and such that are part of the other part of the global elites and Clinton foundations and so forth. They are furious. They are really, really, really furious. And they have been meeting for the last 6 months, actually more than that now, down in the very southern part of this planet, down in the South Pole areas, in the caverns, not the inner Earth, but the caverns just underneath the surface, where they have had different places, different countries around the world have had secret labs for many, many decades. However, this is not a good meeting set. What they're going to do, because they are so angry at losing the president position in the puppet master king world country of the United States. You can throw out a little words you want at it. However, they are so furious upon losing that position that they are going to seek to put out their anger and show the rest of the world what happens when they don't get their way. Now, they've had things like the TR3s. Many people who've had abductions and such have seen these and witnessed these otherwise. But there's a fourth generation model now that is much sleeker, much sleeker, and comes and goes with the whisk of a feather, so to speak. This particular vehicle will be used to project down into the areas underneath it diseasements. Now, the first of some of the worst diseasements they have planned to put on different parts of Europe, Eurasia, much scatterings of Africa, South America, and a few choice points of Central America to show their wrath. And this first diseasement that they have designed will occur on a person with 3 large stripe, they look like gashes from like a demon or from a very, very angry animal with big claws, and it'll give the person the effect that underneath it and the surrounding areas is being chewed and eaten apart from within. This is not actually totally what is happening, but it gives that effect. Why? Because it creates an incredible amount of fear, because the establishment is not on the president position in a matter of short time. So they need to create huge amounts of fear so their masters, the Dark Lords, can feed properly again. All right, this is important. Now, The next one that they're looking and doing, some of this will be simultaneously, will be the person feeling that they are dehydrating, and this will happen in such rapid time frames, and no matter, you can jump in the water, drink all you want, but you're just dehydrating, you're shriveling all up, and there's nothing you can really treat on this, at least for the first few months before things may be offered. But this here is to show the world the wrath of not going along with the agenda. But there are other ones that are designed to feed off of that etheric energy that communicates between your different inner organs. This is similar to what fibromyalgia truly does, because it takes and feeds off your spine, your energy, your etheric energies that comes down through your spine and then into your body. It's creating the battery pack. Now, and it disrupts that. This here is going to be much more precise. It's going to do this for very specific organs inside of the body to create great pain. But this is not part of the actual revelations of the Bible, because this is man created. This is from stuff that has been given by the mid-tall non-earth greys and certain varieties of the tall ancient greys, and part of the draconian dark lords, not the good ones, the bad ones, the draconian dark lords who have been feeding the different agendas for the dark leaders of the world for thousands of years. However, there is a bright side of this. We're getting a president into position to be able to waken people up to understanding who's the bad guy and who's the good guy, and how to get people, because he is a motivator, how to get people into understanding things that we need to do to fix the problem, because it's not one person or a couple people that need to do this. This is a community effect that is enveloping the entire 50 states of the U.S. and surrounding territories, and then from there the entire globe. But we're needing to be able to set that new margin, that new line in the sand, that no, we're not going to accept this, we're going to move this line to here, and we're going to overcome these shortfalls, and we're going to get rid of the people who are the trouble and the beings with them also. But we have to do this in a process. Now, there is other agendas that the global elite are looking to do now. But first, let me remind you that this new generation, which is the fourth generation down of the TR3s, are much more slender and infinitely quicker. But they will be used primarily to project the diseasements, the different types, onto different parts of the world, many of them doing this at the same time. And we have to be able to read between the lines. We have to do the research, not the media. We must stop listening to the mass media. 100%. They are paid off $18 million a year since the early 1950s. It goes from the government to the big media to be able to be told what to do. Okay, this is factual, right? So what we're doing is we waking people up, and we need to be able to notice the little things that, wherever these strange and very damaging, bizarre diseasements start appearing, we have to talk to the people in the surrounding area to see what they may have else witnessed that's in conjunction with this occurrence. And you will find all the time that there are sightings of these weird crafts that have not been seen before, that show up within a few days before these diseasements start showing up in different parts of the planet. Very important. And there's other news. In the very early videos, Groovyev talked about the being warriors that are asleep for tens of thousands of years inside of Earth's moon. And NASA didn't know how to turn them on and still don't know how to turn them on. However, recently, in a very deep meditation, it was noticed that a few of them have turned on, very minute amount, but a couple of them are starting to stir. This is very discerning, because even the ancient spirit, he does not know whom these warriors are going to serve. Are they going to protect Earth from something that's incoming? Or will, if Earth goes the wrong way too far down the road and becomes too evil, will they wake up and eradicate most of the planet? Or is it for something else? Don't know. However, keep in mind what you have been told from Tralaka, that there are a few of them that are starting to stir with energies within. They're not moving around yet, but they're starting to wake up. This has happened after the election night. This started to happen. Okay. Now, at that same time, it was noticed a fleet of very large, very flat and egg-shaped space-going vehicles in excess of 12 miles long apiece coming out of the Orion system. They are not from the Orion system. I assure you, this is where their last jump point was. Do not know where they originate from. However, their destination as of right now still looks like it is for Earth. Don't know good or bad. But when you're praying at night to the Most High Ein Sof, when you're putting in your meditations to the highest sacred love, the highest sacred understanding, with the highest sacred guidance only, to make sure you have discernment and saying within this time frame that this be for our highest protection, that this which is coming is to help us. Okay, now, but there's other things that are going on. The global elite are looking to start causing whole new sets of wars. This time they're taking out their super high-tech stuff that nobody has seen yet, and they'll be causing blasts to occur that will be blamed on terrorism. However, the information that's going to the media will be 100% faulty. We cannot trust the medias, the big medias. We cannot trust no more. They are untrustable at any level because they are playing along with the game of the global elite. Fact. Okay? But there is more. There is more. Because we are looking at a fast transition starting in 2017, about June. This wave is going to run through the spring of 2019. There's going to be a whole lot of adjustment. Everybody's going to be adjusted, but on the way, we are going to notice so many things that we have been doped into believing were good for us that have been bad for us. And this transition will start a whole new era of awakening in the United States and then across to the world. But we got to hold tight. We have to hold tight to the situations and dig hard for the real truths. Do not trust any level of the mass media. I'm warning you this as an ancient. I am warning you. They will lead you on the wrong side, and they will put brother against brother, sister against sister, mother against brother, dogs against everything, because it's all about generating fear so their ancient dark masters can feed off the fear. It has nothing to do with service to the people who pay the taxes. This here is the ancient spirit Tralaka, speaking through the groovyev vocal cords. Good night.